The country is home to majestic creatures that help maintain the ocean's ecosystems, but many are threatened with extinction. This NGO helps protect marine life with science-backed efforts. Sally Snow and Lorraine Aplasca of the Large Marine Vertebrates Research Institute of the Philippines, or LAMAVE, join us to tell us more. Thank you so much, ladies, for joining us. Sally, let me start off with you. You're currently in Italy. What was the catalyst for you to be the co-founder of LAMAVE?
Well, it was many years ago, actually, that LAMAVE was founded with my fellow colleagues from the Philippines and also some international members. The Philippines is in the center of the Coral Triangle, so it's an incredible area, which is also why, as a foreigner, I was drawn there, because the marine life is outstanding. And so we're very fortunate because there's a lot of work to be done because of the variety of the marine life, from the sharks all the way down to the corals. And one of the key differences, if we really want to protect marine life, we have to understand it. So LAMAVE really focuses on science collection, along with working with communities and governments at different levels.
And Lorraine, how is LAMAVE protecting the marine megafauna in the country?
So LAMAVE is protecting the marine megafauna in the country by using, as you mentioned, science-backed tools. But more than that, we are investing heavily in local people. We collaborate closely with community stakeholders. And from that, we try to apply research methods, scientific research methods. So most of the activities that LAMAVE does as an organization revolve around doing research on marine megafauna and understanding how they use their marine environment. But if we want to put conservation in there, we also need to understand how humans interact with these species, as well as to communicate to the general public what we learn from our research. So it's a collaboration between not just scientists or citizen scientists, but also with the communities that are more closely working or more closely intertwined with these species.
And Sally, LAMAVE is also helping train the next generation of conservation journalists and storytellers. Why is this important?
Yeah, absolutely. We're really lucky in the Philippines because meron maraming talent, creative talent sa Pilipinas. But one of the challenges is a lot of the talent is in commercial. And to tell the environmental stories or conservation stories often takes more funding or more time because it's fundamental that we pair with organizations on the ground. Because if we want to make an impact in conservation, we must identify actions for our audiences, so how they can actually contribute to conservation actions and protect animals like the sharks, rays, and turtles that we have so many of in the Philippines.
And Lorraine, what is the impact of the media in conservation?
So media is actually very important because it's a way to communicate what we know, what we learn as scientists to the general public. So like not everyone is very familiar with science. I myself, I'm still learning in science, but you have to find a way to be able to communicate it. And with communication, you also have to be able to measure how much impact you are delivering or you are getting from this material. So for impact media, what we try to do is to translate what we learn from our research into a form that is more accessible, that is more relatable to the general public.
And this media education, this communication, Sally, has to be consistent because as we speak, our environment continues to be destroyed and polluted.
Yeah, absolutely. On a global level, we're facing a crisis. So not just in the Philippines, but globally. But because the Philippines especially is such an amazing global hotspot for biodiversity, in some ways we have more responsibility, which is a lot. But I definitely know that it's something that can be done. And as Lorraine said, it's very important that media has a tangible impact on the ground. And a big part of that is making sure you know the audiences you're speaking to. So audiences, when it comes to conservation, is not only the general public, it can be politicians, it can be local community groups like people organizations or fishermen associations. So it's really, really important, because only really by working together can we actually find a solution for the challenges we're facing.
And currently, we're seeing some beautiful pictures right now on our screens of whale sharks, rays, and turtles. And Sally, in light of educating and informing our people, our kababayans, your group is launching the Tommy Schultz Travel and Adventure Photography Prize. Who is Tommy, and what is his photography contest all about?
Okay, so the contest launches this Wednesday, the 26th of October, and is named after Tommy Schultz. He was a photographer that unfortunately passed away before his time. He was only 44 years old, and he spent a lot of time in the Philippines, first of all as a US Peace Corps, and was working closely with the marine biologists in Silliman University, sa Dumaguete. And then Tommy collaborated, we met him actually through, he was documenting some of the work that Lamave does with our partners in Tubataha, and some of our work in Southern Leyte with the Butanding. The contest is really to champion and to see the talent that we have and put a focus, a lens on the environment and the natural world.
And Lorraine, how does this competition work? How can they send in their entries? And what is the criteria?
Right. So as Sally mentioned, the competition opens very soon on Wednesday, October 26th. It's open to all photographers from the Philippines and also from anywhere in the world. There will be 3 categories that they could choose from. It could be from underwater travel, adventure travel, underwater, and animals in their environment. Submission is online, so there's just a very minimal entry donation of $5 or 250 pesos. And from this donation, they could submit up to 3 photos online. So they could choose either 1 category or 2 or 3, depends on which is their preference. So yeah, it's gonna run until November 30th, 2022. We will be announcing the winners on December.
All right. In 2 months' time, we will know who the winners are. And how will they be picked, Sally? Who are the judges? And what are the prizes? And what will this say about our marine life?
Okay, so the winners are going to be picked by an amazing judging panel of both international and national talent when it comes to photography. So we've got a range of judges. We've got Hannah Reyes Morales, who's an amazing Filipina photographer and National Geographic explorer. Also Paco Guerrero, who is a director and photographer and a co-founder of Grid magazine. But we've also got international talent. So Paul Hilton, a photojournalist that's based in Hong Kong. He's incredible. It's won a lot of awards and specializes in animals and the environment. And we've even got a US judge from Patagonia, which is a B corporation that creates outdoor gear. And Jenning is actually a photo editor. So winners, anybody submitting their photos, these judges are going to have eyes on your work. And the prizes, so there's a cash prize for each of the categories. But one of the things I think is most important about the competition is this is your chance to get your work in front of this amazing judging panel. And the full judge lineup is actually going to be available on our website coming soon now on Wednesday.
All right, looking forward to those award-winning photos, and all the best to your NGO Lamave. Large Marine Vertebrates Research Institute Philippines Director and co-founder Sally Snow, and project leader Lorraine Aplasca.